Hello, animation students. In this particular video, we're going to talk about the brush, the eraser, and the paintbrush. So before anything else, let me share to you my Canvas slide. So let me just enlarge this. Okay, so in our previous video, we talked about the navigational tools, namely the magnifying glass and the hand. And these are their shortcut keys for them to be operated. And for the drawing and coloring tools, I'm going to start with the brush, which is the shortcut of which is B, the eraser, the shortcut of which is E, and the paintbrush, the shortcut of which is Y. So these are the hotkeys. Okay. Now for the brush and the eraser and the paintbrush, they have this shortcut right here to alter the size of their tip. You can press uh, the left and the right bracket keys of your keyboard in order to alter the size of their thickness or their tips. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So allow me to demonstrate. So we have the brush, the eraser, and the paintbrush. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my Adobe Animate. So okay, so I'm gonna start with the brush tool. So here's the brush tool right here. It's classic brush. The shortcut is B as in beta. So I'm gonna select that and I am going to draw here. So that's the brush. Okay. So as you can see, the color of my brush is blue. It's because the color of this box right here is also blue. Now the color of my brush is dependent on this upper box right here, and it's called the fill color. So if you mouse over this box right here, it's gonna you can see the label, and it's called fill color. Now, of course, I can actually change my color by pressing on that upper box right there. Let's say I chose green, so my brush is going to be green. Okay. Now, as I have mentioned in Canva right here, I can actually alter the size or the tip size of my brush by pressing the left and right bracket keys of my keyboard. Okay, so going back to my Adobe Animate, okay, I am going to press the right bracket key of my keyboard. And as you can see, my brush begins to thicken. Now, if I press the left bracket key of my keyboard, my brush begins to thin. Okay, so there you go. Now, the long method for that is this one. Okay, so let me just cover my video. Okay, let me just cover my video right here. So this is the properties menu. There's a slider right here. You can actually slide it to the right in order to thicken the brush, or slide it to the left in order to reduce the thickness of the brush. Or you can simply type a numerical value right here in order to, control or to have a good measure of how the brush is going to be thick or thin. But personally, I'm using the right and left bracket keys for it. Okay, so here you go. Okay, all right. So now, aside from the brush, we also have the eraser tool right here. And the shortcut for the eraser is E, as in England. So if I'm gonna press the eraser, of course it does the opposite. So instead of drawing, it erases for obvious reasons, because that's why it's called eraser. Okay, so similar to the brush, okay, you can also enlarge the tip of the eraser by pressing the left and the right bracket keys, or by sliding this slider to the right or to the left. Okay, so I can actually enlarge the tip of the eraser by pressing the right bracket key, or I can reduce the size of the eraser by pressing the left bracket key of my keyboard. Okay, so again, going back to my Canva, the eraser, in order to alter the size of the eraser, you can press the left and the right bracket keys of your keyboard. Okay, so that's what the eraser does. Okay, and finally, we have the paintbrush tool. Okay, so you've just seen brush and the eraser, and now we have the paintbrush tool. I'm going to introduce to you the paintbrush. Okay, so the paintbrush basically cannot be seen here in the tools menu or the toolbar. So what you have to do is you have to go over this edit toolbar, these three dots icon right here. There's this three dot icon right here. So you have to press that. And you can see this paintbrush tool right here. It is a brush icon with a trail. You're going to pull it over towards the toolbar, and and now you can use it. Okay, so the paintbrush tool, the shortcut of that is Y, as in yes. Okay, so that's the paintbrush. Okay, so now the paintbrush, the color of the paintbrush is dependent on the lower box right here, the stroke color. Okay, now if you, of course, you can choose a different color for your paintbrush. Okay, and similarly to the brush and eraser, you can actually enlarge the tip or minimize the tip by pressing the left and the right bracket keys of your keyboard. Or you can actually slide the slider right here at the properties menu. Okay. All right. So that's it for our paintbrush. Okay, so we have the brush, the classic brush, we have the eraser, and we have the paintbrush. So going back to my slide right here, these three tools right here, they can be altered. No, the size of them can be altered by pressing the left and the right bracket keys. Okay. So in the next video, we're going to talk about the line tool, and the selection or the arrow tool. Okay. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.